One AI can write an entire business plan in minutes. The other can analyze a 500-page document without breaking a sweat. One is used by hundreds of millions of people. The other has quietly become the secret weapon of programmers, researchers, and professionals. So here's the question. If you could only use one AI for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? Most people think the answer is obvious. But what if I told you the AI with the biggest name isn't always the one that performs the best? Today, we're diving into one of the biggest technology battles of our generation, ChatGPT versus Claude. Two artificial intelligence giants, two completely different philosophies. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly which one deserves your time and why this rivalry is shaping the future of how humans work, learn, and create. Let's begin. Just a few years ago, AI felt like something out of a science fiction movie. People imagined robots taking over cities, replacing humans overnight, or becoming smarter than everyone on Earth. Reality turned out to be very different. Instead of metal robots walking down the streets, AI quietly entered our phones, our laptops, our classrooms, our offices, and eventually, our daily lives. Millions of people now ask AI for homework help. Businesses use it to write emails, developers use it to build software, doctors summarize research with it, writers brainstorm ideas, students prepare for exams. And content creators generate scripts faster than ever before. Artificial intelligence isn't the future anymore. It's already here. But among hundreds of AI tools, two names dominate almost every conversation. ChatGPT and Claude. At first glance, they seem almost identical. Both answer questions, both write articles, both generate code, both summarize documents. Both can even help plan businesses or solve complex problems. So why is everyone arguing about which one is better? Because underneath the surface, they're built very differently. Let's start with ChatGPT. When ChatGPT exploded onto the internet, it completely changed public perception of AI. Before ChatGPT, artificial intelligence was mostly something researchers talked about. After ChatGPT, everyone was talking about AI: students, parents, teachers, businesses, governments. Even people who had never heard the term language model suddenly started using it every day. It became one of the fastest-growing technologies in human history, but popularity alone doesn't explain why. The real reason was simple. ChatGPT made AI feel human instead of complicated software. It felt like having a conversation. You could ask almost anything. Explain quantum physics like I'm 5. Write a movie script, plan a vacation, debug my code, translate this paragraph, create a workout routine, write a speech. It adapted to your needs within seconds. That flexibility became its greatest strength. Instead of creating separate software for every task, people started using one assistant for everything. And that's exactly why ChatGPT became the face of modern AI. But while the world celebrated ChatGPT, something interesting was happening quietly in the background. Another company wasn't trying to become the loudest, it wanted to become the most reliable. That company was Anthropic, and its AI, Claude. Unlike many competitors, Claude wasn't introduced with flashy marketing or endless hype. Instead, it slowly earned trust from professionals. Researchers noticed something, developers noticed something, writers noticed something. Claude had a unique personality. Its responses often felt calmer, more structured, more thoughtful. Rather than rushing toward an answer, Claude often spent more effort explaining its reasoning clearly. That difference might sound small, but for professionals dealing with complex information, it became incredibly valuable. Imagine asking both AIs to summarize a massive legal document, or analyze an entire research paper, or organize hundreds of pages of notes. This is where Claude started building its reputation. Instead of focusing only on speed, it focused on understanding, and in many situations, that mattered more. So now we have two very different philosophies. ChatGPT asks, "How can I help with almost anything?" Claude asks, "How can I help you think more clearly?" Neither approach is wrong. They're simply solving different problems. And that's exactly why comparing them isn't as easy as most people think. Now let's talk about creativity, because this is where millions of creators spend most of their time. Imagine you're writing a YouTube script. or designing a video game or creating a fictional story, you don't just want information, you want imagination, you want emotion, you want ideas that surprise you. ChatGPT has built a strong reputation here. It can switch writing styles instantly: professional, funny, motivational, dramatic, casual, persuasive. It often feels like brainstorming with someone who's overflowing with ideas. Need 10 video titles? Done. Need a podcast outline? Done. Need a speech that sounds inspiring? Done. Need help rewriting it 5 different ways? No problem. That flexibility has made it a favorite among creators across YouTube, marketing, education, and business. But Claude approaches creativity differently. Instead of throwing dozens of ideas at you, it often spends more time polishing fewer ideas. Its writing usually feels organized, balanced, and easy to follow. Some people love that. Others feel it's a little too careful. Which style is better? Honestly, that depends on what you're creating. If you're chasing bold, energetic ideas, one tool may feel more exciting. If you're writing reports, long documents, or detailed explanations, the other may feel more dependable. And that's exactly why this rivalry has no simple winner, because different users value different strengths. But here's where things become truly interesting. The next comparison isn't about creativity, it isn't about popularity, it isn't even about writing, it's about something that may determine the future of artificial intelligence itself. Trust. Can you trust what an AI tells you? And when billions of people depend on these systems every day, that question becomes more important than ever. So, we've explored how ChatGPT became the AI that introduced the world to conversational intelligence, and how Claude quietly earned a reputation for careful thinking and handling complex information. But now it's time for the question that really matters: which one actually performs better when it counts? Let's find out. Number accuracy. Speed means nothing without trust. Imagine asking an AI to help with an important presentation, write a business proposal, explain a medical topic, or debug thousands of lines of code. If the answer is wrong, everything else becomes meaningless. This is where many people misunderstand AI. Neither ChatGPT nor Claude is perfect. Both can make mistakes, both can misunderstand prompts, and both can sometimes sound incredibly confident, even when they're wrong. That's why the smartest users don't treat AI like an all-knowing machine. They treat it like an incredibly fast assistant whose work still deserves a quick review. The real difference is often how each AI responds. Many users feel ChatGPT is more willing to explore possibilities and generate creative solutions. Claude, on the other hand, often leans toward cautious, structured answers and may be more likely to acknowledge uncertainty. Neither style is universally better. If you're brainstorming ideas, confidence and creativity can help. If you're working with detailed documents or careful analysis, a more measured approach may feel reassuring. Number the battle every programmer cares about. Now let's talk about coding. Because software developers were among the first people to fully embrace AI, today, millions of lines of code are written with AI assistance. Instead of spending hours searching forums, developers simply ask an AI, "Why is this code failing? Optimize this function. Explain this error. Convert Python into JavaScript." Seconds later, they have a starting point. Both ChatGPT and Claude are capable coding assistants. Some developers prefer ChatGPT because of its versatility, broad ecosystem, and workflow integrations. Others like Claude for reviewing large code bases and explaining complex logic in a clear, organized way. The reality: professional programmers often use both, one for generating ideas, the other for reviewing and refining them. The winner depends less on the AI and more on the problem you're trying to solve. Number speed vs depth. Here's an interesting question. Would you rather get a good answer in 5 seconds or an exceptional answer in 30? Some people value speed above everything, others care more about quality. This difference perfectly reflects these two AI philosophies. One often feels quick, energetic, and conversational. The other often feels patient, methodical, and analytical. Think of it like this: one friend immediately starts throwing out ideas, another listens carefully, thinks for a moment, then gives a well-structured response. Neither friend is wrong. They're simply different. Number the hidden battle nobody sees. Most people compare AI by asking simple questions. Write an email, summarize this paragraph, translate this sentence, but companies aren't investing billions of dollars for those tasks alone. The real competition is much bigger. They're racing to become your everyday assistant. Imagine waking up tomorrow, your calendar is already organized, your emails are drafted, your meetings are summarized, your travel plans are prepared. Your grocery list is ready, your study schedule has been updated, your presentation has been polished, and your reminders already know what's important. That's the future these AI companies are building. The real battle isn't about answering questions, it's about becoming the operating system for human productivity. Whoever earns people's trust wins. Number who should use ChatGPT? Let's make this practical. If you're a content creator, a student, a marketer, a business owner, or someone who wants an AI that can jump between dozens of different tasks naturally, ChatGPT is an excellent choice. It shines in brainstorming, creative writing, learning, planning, general productivity, and everyday conversations for millions of users. It feels like the all-purpose AI assistant. Number who should use Claude. If your work involves reading long documents, organizing complicated information, reviewing large amounts of text, or producing structured explanations, Claude is a strong option. Many professionals appreciate its calm writing style and thoughtful organization. It isn't necessarily trying to impress you with flashy responses. Instead, it often focuses on clarity and depth, and for many users, that's exactly what they need. Number the bigger picture. Here's something most people forget. This rivalry isn't really about ChatGPT or Claude, it's about us. For centuries, humans relied on physical tools, the wheel, the engine, the computer, the smartphone. Each invention expanded what people could do. Artificial intelligence is expanding something even more powerful, human thinking. It won't replace curiosity. It won't replace creativity. It won't replace judgment, but it can amplify them. The people who learn how to work with AI, not simply rely on it, will have a significant advantage in the years ahead. So, who wins after everything we've discussed? The answer may surprise you. There isn't a universal winner, because the best AI depends on your goals. Need an energetic assistant for everyday work, ideas, learning, and creativity? ChatGPT is a fantastic fit. Need a careful partner for long-form reading, structured analysis, and organized explanations? Claude may be the better choice. The smartest users don't ask which AI is better, they ask which AI is better for this task. That small change in thinking changes everything. Final thoughts. The battle between ChatGPT and Claude is far from over. Every update introduces new capabilities. Every month, both become more capable. And the pace of innovation keeps accelerating. But perhaps the biggest lesson isn't which company wins. It's this: for the first time in history, knowledge isn't limited by how much you can memorize. It's limited by the questions you're willing to ask. The people who ask better questions will get better answers. The people who keep learning will stay ahead. And the people who embrace these tools wisely will help shape the future instead of chasing it. So the next time someone asks ChatGPT or Claude, don't answer with a brand, answer with a purpose. Because in the age of AI, the tool matters, but the person using it will always matter more. The battle continues, and we're only getting started.